Hey there folks, this is Sentinel reporter Bill Landis. I'm joined by Sentinel girls soccer reporter Kurt Bopp. We're here to break down the 2012 District 3 girls soccer tournament. The Mid-Penn Championships are in the books with Cumberland Valley as your winner. We had 9 teams qualify for districts. Kurt, let's take a look at Double A.
Cool. First we got number 13 Westbury will be hosting number 20 Fleetwood. I got the Mustangs winning this one. Westbury's a solid team, had a very good year. Definitely have some weapons there like Felicia Kramer, among others. Actually, I filled out a bracket of my own. I had them eventually playing Trinity again, so third time, Capital Division opponent should be fun. Another Capital team, number 15 Boiling Springs will host number 18 Greencastle. Greencastle is a very solid team. I believe they beat Northern at the start of the year, but I have the Bubblers winning this one. Marissa Weaver is one of the best players in the area. She's a great offensive threat for Boiling Springs. Unfortunately for the Bubblers is then they have to play number 2 Lancaster Mennonite. And so she'll really have to be on her game, as will the whole team, if they're going to win that one. And then number 5 Trinity hosting number 12 Kutztown. The Shamrocks winning this one. Trinity, though, ultimately last year, of course, number 1 seed districts, I believe, one of the top 3, and then went on to win the thing. This year, number 5, they got a tough road to get there, to get to states, and to win the thing again. Because in Double A, only the top 3 will move on. In AAA, number 13 Northern will host number 20 Manheim Central in the preliminary round. Northern should win this one. Northern has an extremely talented senior class, very, very good team. I believe they're underrated. Ultimately, they play in the Colonial, which obviously isn't the Keystone and certainly not the Commonwealth, but Northern is a very, very good team, and they can hang with any of the teams in the Keystone or Commonwealth. Ultimately, they took McCancer to, I think, double overtime the other day in the Mid-Penn semis. Number 8 Cedar Cliff will host number 9's Conrad Weiser. I have the Colts winning this one. I kind of overlooked them in my first video. They had an outstanding start to the season. One of the 4 powers there in the Commonwealth. They have an extremely good defense. Ultimately, defense wins championships. They are very capable of upsets, and they'll have one right off the bat in the quarterfinals. Should they both advance, they'll be playing Cumberland Valley for a third time. So that's definitely one to watch if that comes to be. Number 11 Mechanicsburg versus number 6 Hempfield. I have the Wildcats winning this one. It's on the road, but I have them winning. Won the Keystone Division as we had predicted at the start of the year. Some others have put them in third, but they just had a really, really good season. Ultimately, though, had a rough finish. In the last week of the season wasn't very good for the Wildcats. They were shut out by Gettysburg and Carlisle, and then shut out tonight by Cumberland Valley Mid-Penn Finals. Holly Brigard and Natalie Zelinke provide some weapons for that team, and they're a good team. If they can play the way they did in the middle of the year, they'd be a dangerous team, and I would not want to play them in district. So we'll see which team shows up. Number 1 Cumberland Valley, I have them hosting Lower Dauphin, number 17, after Lower Dauphin's playing game. CV, it's CV. They overcame a ton of injuries and issues and stuff like that to be where they are. They're the top seed again. They lost 2 games early. Some people had actually written them off. I don't know why. It's CV. They're strong as ever. Their defense is outstanding. I think they have 14 shutouts in 20 games. It's just ridiculous. Carlisle, number 10, they're going to go to Cacalco. There's another team led by young players. Jess Kuhn, freshman in net, Kirsten Sokolsky, Michaela Copeland. They have a very young but good team. And then they have some seniors, too, that are very key. They've been stepping up all year. I have them playing Redland in the quarterfinals, which will be their 3rd meeting, and get another upset alert, so to speak. Because number 2 Redland, I have them hosting and beating number 15 Penn Manor in the first round. Redland, I've had a lot of coaches tell me is the best team in the area, and I've seen it. When they played Mechanicsburg, I thought it was the best team. I think that's probably the best performance I've seen by a team until tonight's by CV. So, Redland is a great team. The problem is I've also seen them come out very flat some games, like against Carlisle, gave up 2 goals within 20 minutes. So who are you going to get? They have an outstanding defense. They have outstanding goalies in Rachel Fox and Rachel Skonecki. If they play to their potential, I think they are the most dangerous team in the district.
And with 9 teams in, plenty of players to keep tabs on here in the district playoffs. Give me 3 players that you're going to be looking at.
Okay, Elise Krause from CV, senior leader on and off the field. One of the key players back from last year's team. If this team's going to repeat, she's going to have to step up, which she can, and she most likely will. But she's one to be watching because she's an outstanding player, and as long as she plays the way she can, CV. Kaylee Harner from Redland. Redland ultimately hasn't given up more than 3 goals all season. They're going to keep teams down. They need to score, and Harner is a threat in the midfield. She can score. She's just good all over the field. They have some weapons up top with Brittany Wenzel, Bryce Watts, among others. The Todds. But the fact is, Harner's one I'm going to be watching, especially in that midfield. And then Natalie Zelinke from Mechanicsburg. If she can get into space and if she can make things happen, The Wildcats are not a team I would want to face. I mean, she's a very, very dangerous weapon. She's great for the Wildcats. She had a great season. Again, and actually against Northern in the Mid-Penn Semi, she scored all 3 goals. So if she can get to space and she can do what she does, she's going to be a very dangerous and make them a dangerous team.
Mm-hmm. And we talked about the matchups and looked at some key players. What are some storylines you're looking at in these district playoffs?
Well, one, again, Redland, which team shows up, so to speak. And I don't mean to make it seem like, Jekyll and Hyde. The fact is, most of the season, they've been a dominant team. I mean, I think they beat CD 9-0 recently. They're an outstanding team, very, very strong. But if they come out the way they did against Carlisle, and I think against CV the second time, teams and districts are going to capitalize, and they're not going to give up 3 unanswered goals like against Carlisle. So Redland is going to have to be focused. They're going to have to come out strong and play to their potential if they're going to make things happen. Another one again, Carlisle. They just refuse to lose. I've had quite a few coaches asking me, what is it about this team? Because I've seen them more than any other, I believe. And I don't know. I mean, they just find ways to win, and I love that. I mean, it's fun to watch. Again, it's Greg Coppinger's last season. And he's great coach. Everyone loves him, tells me how great he is, and he does. He does a fantastic job with this team. They have a good senior class, Maddie Bresci, Becky Hoy, among others. Shay Ewell's returned from a knee injury. She's going to provide, a dangerous weapon up top. One coach told me, with her back and just things come together, Carlisle is not a team anyone wants to see in districts. They are a very, very good number 10 seed, put it that way. And then obviously CV. First off, the freshman class at Cumberland Valley High School this year is just outstanding all around. A lot of the girls we're talking about for soccer were the same girls we talked about for basketball, with Taylor Schneidman, Molly Stanton, Jen Falconer. Falconer, I mean, she scored, I think, a goal tonight, and then both goals against Trinity in the Mid-Penn semis. They have some sophomores who also stepped up. Ultimately, these girls are getting in because of injuries, but they're stepping up. They've risen to the challenge. They're not getting rattled, again, just like basketball season. But, some of these are new to, just playing soccer, and just outstanding. And it's CV, ultimately. They have that mystique. They have that, that CV vibe, so to speak. And so they're going to be a team to watch to see if they can repeat. The pieces are there, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. And you gave us your picks for the first round, preliminary round games. Who are going to be your state qualifiers that are going to come out of this tournament?
Okay, like I said, AA will have 3, AAA has 6, I believe, and ultimately I have from our area CV, Redland, Mechanicsburg, and Cedar Cliff, with those 2 sneaking in.
It's okay, those are your state picks, and then who are your champion picks for District 3?
In AA, I got Berks Catholic playing Bishop McDevitt. McDevitt winning, ultimately, District 3. They are very tested, very strong team playing the Keystone, which is a difficult division. They actually tied Mechanicsburg and beat the Wildcats, and that was when the Wildcats were, playing extremely well, especially that tie. And then they also beat Lower Dauphin, who's a strong team, I think better than they played this season. They're going to be one to watch as well. AAA, Cumberland Valley is going to play Redland. It's going to be a third meeting between those 2. Both games were epic. First one, 2-1 double overtime. Bryce Watts with the game winner. The other one was 1-0 corner kick for CV to win it. Fantastic games, both of them. Who's going to win? You can flip a coin. I mean, it's so tough to tell. Redland, I believe, is more experienced, more tested, just because it's a lot of seniors. Extreme, size, just all around, just outstanding team. CV is CV. I mean, there's something about that. And the first time when Redland played them, you could tell there was just something about CV. It's who they are. And the fact is, they have a lot of young players, like I said. So for Redland to win this, they're going to have to rattle those young players. The problem is, I haven't seen them rattled yet. And I mean, tonight, what I saw against Mechanicsburg was, in my opinion, the best team since arguably that Redland team against Mechanicsburg, or since CV last year.
It sounds like you're leaning a little bit more towards Cumberland Valley there with that championship.
I hate this pick of stuff. I hate doing this. I got CV winning 1-0, but I do have Redland getting another shot at them in states.
Should be exciting regardless of who makes it to the championship game. This has been Bill Landis with Kurt Bopp breaking down the 2012 District 3 Girls Soccer Tournament. Be sure to keep it checked into cumberlink.com as Kurt provides you coverage throughout the districts.